Well, it is, what time is it? It is 11 o'clock Central Time. And just like you guys see, I'm in the car this week on the deal desk. And why is that? Well, because no matter where we are at in space, business happens and we are still having to call. So, for new people on the call, my name is Alex Buriak. I am the CEO and founder of Iron Rock Consulting. And with me, as always, is Rob Lewis. Rob, tell me a little bit about yourself and about Full Spectrum.
So I'm Rob Lewis, owner of Full Spectrum, and we are a lender, but also an outsourcer of commercial real estate and homestead and investor loans. And we've been doing this for a modestly 32 years and kind of think that we know a little bit about what we're doing. And, we're located here in Texas, but we lend and source money nationwide.
Absolutely. And so every week on the deal desk, we pick a lending product. And not only do we teach you what it is, how to use it, why people use it, but give you a little bit of case studies on how you can be successful for yourself and your business. So as we go through that towards the end, we'll have some networking and Q&As. You can even bring us your deal, some specific questions, even if it's not about foreclosure bailouts, and we'll get that going for you every week, Thursday at 11 o'clock Central. So this week, again, like I said, it is foreclosure bailouts. Now, Rob, for everybody that has no idea, until I met you, I didn't know foreclosure bailout loans existed. What is a foreclosure bailout loan?
So a foreclosure bailout loan is a loan that is saving you from imminent foreclosure, meaning you're either behind on notes or you could be delinquent in, the bank has called the note due. We have these things called covenants. It's the rules of a loan, which means you pay this date. You have to provide financials. You have to keep insurance on the property. You have to pay your taxes. And if you violate a covenant, a bank can call your note due at any time. So if you're facing foreclosure, then odds are something has gone wrong. The bank has notified you that they've called the note and they want to be paid off. And then if you have not met the timeline of that payoff, then they send you another letter stating you're going to foreclosure. And if you don't settle that, it goes to the court steps and is either sold. And if it's not sold, the bank will hold it until they eventually sell it. So a foreclosure bailout loan is saving that property from going to the courthouse steps and giving you a reset. And we usually do these on a bridge note, a short-term loan, but it helps you get reorganized and saves your property from being lost, saves you from losing
So what
equity, whatever the situation is.
Yeah, so what you're saying is, so anybody that's on the call, whether you're a broker, a lender, an investor, or you just know somebody that needs help, what you're saying is this loan is specifically packaged, purposed, and processed for someone who's been in a distressed situation, their home, their property, their assets about to go to foreclosure. And this loan saves it and then prevents them from having to deal with that problem. Is that right?
That is correct. And
Awesome.
these,
All right.
yeah, and we're using private debt funds, family offices, hard money lenders, bridge lenders. We're taking these to warehouse lines that we know they know the property's in foreclosure. They know it's in distress. So they understand the timing. So usually when we get these too, it's usually, hey Rob, I got 30 days and I lose my property, or 15 days and I lose my property. So it's a mass chaos loan, but it does help benefit somebody from saving their property, saving their equity.
That's a good point that you just made there on this one. So how long do you need? Like, let's say, somebody calls you, today's what, Thursday, and the foreclosure sale's Tuesday. Is that, we're going to get those, but like, how long do you need to do a foreclosure bailout?
I mean, honestly, we would love, 15 to 30 days is a good window because most of these lenders are going to do a due diligence. We have to understand why you are in foreclosure. We have to, look at the property and ensure that there's sufficient equity to make it worth, a bank or a lender, running that risk. Um, so, I mean, 15 days, we've done them in 15 days. We've done them in 7 days. And we do have lenders that will move in 7 days, but the planets have to align. The borrower has to be in a sense of urgency. And Alex, you and I've seen this. If somebody comes to us on life support and there's no sense of urgency. And you're like, you're losing your property. Why am I more concerned than you are? So we like somebody with a sense of urgency, we understanding their situation. And then, we have done loans in 7 days. We've definitely done them in 15 days. Um, and we have one right now that I'm looking at, with a property value 2 million, payoff is 1 million. They're behind 75,000 in payments. So the reorganization is adding in their payments, adding in, their taxes. Loan to value still works, and this will be about a 10-day close. But we have
That's
appraisal,
amazing.
we had title, so we had some things that we already had, and the lender accepted what we have, and we'll be able to take care of them.
So for everybody to listen on the call and whoever's going to listen afterwards as well, walk everybody through if they wanted to be successful for their client or for themselves on a foreclosure bailout loan. What is a good common stack that they need to make sure that they have ready to go? That if they needed this loan, they can go to us. They could say, "Here you go, close this." What would it be?
Yeah, and that's going to vary because some lenders will ask for financials, some won't. Some will look at it from the asset based. So, but being prepared to give financials, definitely having, I don't want to say write a letter of explanation, but definitely have your story in line as to why you're in this situation. A lender's going to want to know. Um, and then don't laugh at me when I say this, but also be likable, because odds are we're probably going to put you on the phone with an underwriter in a day or two, and if you're not likable, that deal's not getting done. And that happened to me 2 weeks ago, where we had it approved, locked, loaded. Lender was excited. We got him, and he had a bad day, and he let everybody know he had a bad day, and the lender was turned off, and ended up saying no. But if you have your financials in line, if you have a past appraisal, if you have, a past survey, anything that you have on the property ready to go, and then we can give you a list of what we feel would be needed. Just know that if we ask for it, that day is vital to get us what you can get us. I see
I
you
couldn't put
smiling.
Yeah, well, it's not just for the foreclosure bailout loan, guys. If you guys, for my brokers, my lenders, my borrowers, and my investors on the call, people do business with people they like. I know it's a stressful time, but really, when underwriting's on the phone, and I know what deal Rob is talking about, and that was a difficult day. So let me recap this. I mean, you got this loan. We have this product for you guys where you can be in a distressed situation. You can be in and out 30 days, 50 days, or less, depending you got all the right stuff. You don't have to lose your asset. You can keep things going. You guys that are trying to solve issues for your investors that are in trouble, there is products like this. And that's why we do this call every week. We do another product every week, because a lot of you guys out there think there's hard money and private, and that's it. And that is not the case. There is a multitude of investment products, investment vehicles that you guys can use when you have a lender that actually understands investment lending. There are so many vehicles for your deals. It's important to get with a team that has a multitude of products and a multitude of vehicles, because your situation's unique, your situation's special, but your situation can also be solved. So, Rob, what do you think about on the foreclosure bailout? Is there anything that you say, you know what? I love you. I love your deal. I love all this. However, if you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, any of these things, I can't do it. What are the things that are a no-no in foreclosure bailout product?
And again, going back to what we've kind of already said, we're going to put you on the phone with somebody, whether it be one of our underwriters or another warehouse line or a private fund. But you have to be prepared to treat it like a job interview. You want to be likable. You want to have your story. And you definitely don't want to go into bashing the other bank. Those bankers, and I can't wait to stick it to them. Leave that out of the equation, because another lender doesn't want to hear how you want to stick it to their bank. So just be prepared to be likable. Be short on your story. What happened? What occurred? What are you going to do to fix it? What do we think our exit strategy is? So we'll definitely be mentally prepared for that, and we'll help you with that before a call. But but definitely be prepared also to move fast. Um, we have one, and you and I know that the opportunity we had it solved, but they again moved at half the speed of smell, as I love to say. And um, the day before closing, or the day before foreclosure, finally decided to call us up and start giving us their financials, and we gave them a 30-day window. So be prepared to move fast, be prepared to do multiple calls telling your story, and be prepared to give documentation the second that they're asked for. It is a move fast transaction. It is not a I'm busy, I'll get to it when I have time, I'm meeting with clients right now. It's your assets, your equity. And the banks right now are not playing games. They are going straight to the table and they are selling these assets.
Anything else? So, what about any other unique situation? Any uh, anything about a document, a situation, or anything that would actually say this on the broad spectrum of all the capital lines? This is going to kick you out if this happens. We need to do a different vehicle. Anything that kicks them out of the foreclosure bailout.
Um, Equity in the property is one. If there's no equity in the property, you and I cannot help them. So we are definitely looking for properties that have a 70% or under opportunity of equity. If you're at 90%, it's not happening. If you're at 85% and you can't bring funds to the table, it's not happening. If you're at 85% and you can bring funds and there's an opportunity there, and lenders actually like that you're willing to invest more equity into your property. But equity is going to play a key in this role. Being delayed to get documents, if a lender asks for give me a year to date P&L and balance sheet, and you take 4 days to send it to them, they're done. Lenders are looking at you. It's like, again, it's like a job interview. They're looking for you to perform, and how you perform in this process will tell them how you're going to perform as a client of theirs or of ours. So that's what I'm seeing is people that have success, and the ones that we've seen lose their properties.
Now, I know there's an itching question in the group. Um, is there an asset class that is not going to be acceptable in this? Is it only single family? Can you do commercial? Can you do an airplane? What can you do? What can you not do?
I haven't actually. I did an airplane 5 years ago, but I probably not. I probably can't do an airplane today. Um, Single family is going to be interesting. Single family homestead, is it possible? It is, but equity is going to play a big key. If you're at 90% equity, it's going to be impossible, almost impossible. I shouldn't say impossible, almost impossible. But commercial classes, we're seeing hotels, we're seeing vet offices, we're seeing an owner occupied business. Um, Free and clear land to be actually free and clear land to be used as development. We have one approved right now. Met with them yesterday, walked the property, have a lender in line. So that's an asset class that we can help, and actually will be helping here soon. So there's anything real estate based can be saved. If it's a very trashy property, that's going to be hard, because again, the lender is going to want something they're attracted to also. And we lenders are weird. If the good lenders will go look at the property online and see if they like it, and if they don't like it, they probably won't touch it. We're weird like that. Um, so just about anything real estate based can be touched, can be saved.
Oh, that's awesome. So just so you know, we're about 15 minutes past the hour. Like to always remind you guys, remember the chat section is open. If you ever go to a real estate event, a lending event, or any networking event, if you don't network, you're missing some of the boat. So I'm sure somebody in this room has something that somebody needs. So make sure you always put your name in, what you do, how they contact you, because it's not, as you can see on any of the shows that we do, a sales pitch. We're trying to get you guys education, information, and the right pathway and the right knowledge to get you successful in things that you're trying to do. And how you do that? You get with a good team on everything that you're trying to do.
Ooh, you got the cheddar soup. That stuff is good. I'm gonna get
All right, there we go. And then cheddar soup. Cheddar soup is the way to go.
I could go for some
John,
soup right now, Alex.
cheddar it up. All right. So yeah. So just make sure you guys know each other. Build your network from the calls that we provide you guys, and get you guys everything that you need. So walk the team through before we get into some questions and answers, Rob. Uh, on a case study that we're looking at right now. Tell us how to come in, how's it going, some of the pressure points, some of the things that went well. You know, give them like a real case story about how this goes from soup to nuts. So if somebody's like, you know what, I got a deal right now and I got to send it over. I'm not quite sure yet. How's it really look forward? What's the real scoop?
So I'm gonna go this way, and I want to come back to your question. So we're getting a lot of foreclosure bailout opportunities from brokers who probably have some of the same channels we have or some of the lines, but they do come to us because they know that we know how to help. And there's multiple ways that we do intervene and help. And one is maybe help by time. So there's a thing called TRO, we're temporary restraining order that we're able to buy another 30 days, from the bank foreclosing. So we have two opportunities where our company helped buy another 30 days for us to be able to close. This particular scenario, this came to us from a broker who had the client, couldn't help them, and called me up and said, "Hey, we've got 20 days." So but it's a great borrower. I mean, we ask her for something, we have it 5 minutes before we asked, and they had an old appraisal. We were able to update the appraisal. We had surveys, so we had some good things in line, and was able to take them to one of our internal lines that we're approved with. Got them approved same day. Um, did an appraisal, and we did an appraisal update in 1 week. And we will foreclosure in Texas is every first Tuesday of every month. Every state has a different courthouse date. Texas, first Tuesday of every month. So this Tuesday coming up, this foreclosure day. So we're busy. We're frantic, trying to get everybody taken care of. We got TROs done for some. This one will close the day before. It's scheduled to close Monday, the day before court steps of foreclosure. But this is also it's a 70% loan to value, which some baby would, oh my God, I thought you'd want 50%, but this one particular one is 70%. And rates and are a little bit higher than a bank rate, but this one's priced at 10.5 interest only, and also is a 30-year note. So some of these are bridge notes, which are 12 month, 24 month. This is a 30-year, and they were excited to get it. So, and we're gonna save their equity, and they run their business out of it. So they're not going to be kicked out of where they're running their business out of.
Yeah, that's I know that case, and that was that was that was that was really awesome that we were able to help that out. So to kind of pull back in and talk about the finalities before we start getting some questions about foreclosures and foreclosure bailouts. Anything else the team needs to know on the call that if they had to either A, broker a foreclosure loan over to us, B, save their own property, business, or whatever they're trying to do. Is there anything else this team needs to know about this product? Because I guarantee you, most of the people, if not all, the people in this room never heard of this product.
Yeah, mainly understanding why are they in this position, because one that's going to be the story that any lender or that we're going to be looking at. What is the story, and is there a fix? So being able to tell the story of if I can give you another example, but we have one where they had a first and a second lien at the same bank. First lien was in great standing, but the second lien matured, and the lender for some reason didn't want to extend it. So it's not foreclosing because they made payments because they did anything bad. It's just the second note came done. They didn't want to mature it. They wanted her to pay it off, and there we are. So we lead into that situation. Um, but understanding the story, when we took that, to our underwriter, they love the fact that they run a business out of there, that they didn't do anything bad. It's just big bad bank. You know how big bad banks are. So, but having that story to tell definitely helps us prepare where I need to go. Because if it's I haven't paid in a year, that's a totally different loan, totally different underwrite. But if it's a covenants issue, um, a maturity issue, then there's easy places that we can go to, limited doc, places that we can go to and knock it out real quickly.
Like I so, and that's a great move over to the Q&A section because so many banks, private equity lines, family offices, and other funding sources kind of use us is not only because we kind of get the story, but we actually use an AI platform to help us pre-underwrite and repackage. So many banks have seen the deals that we present and they look at our deals first because they know it's done right. Yep. They know it's packaged easy. They can understand it. And we've gotten more banks say, I've seen this, but because it's you guys and how you guys package it, I know what I'm looking at. Let's take a look. So awesome. So guys, this is the time where you can unmute. You can ask any question you want. If you want to ask about foreclosure bailout loans, we're here for you. If you got something else on your mind or on a deal, this is the point where at every time of the show, every week, we open up the forum to answer any questions and have an actual conversation. So it's not a lecture. It's a real group trying to get real scalability with real people. So everybody has a problem being the first one. Be the first one. There are no stupid questions. If it's a question that's in your head, it's the question that's in everybody's head, guaranteed. So if you're with a group of people that have seen it, it's time to ask your question. Let's hear it, guys.
I'll say hi.
Hey, Natalie.
Hey, girl. How you doing?
Good. Hey, I just sent you that 1.5 million, the 95 lots with the plot, the letter from DR Horton. Find me a buyer, 1.5. They can go make a bunch of money.
I've got it, and I'm throwing it in analysis. Actually, no, this is already in analysis. Yeah, this is a good one, Natalie.
And I have a second builder letter plus another one from the guys from Guadalajara that they'll buy 30 of the houses.
Okay. All right, we'll talk. I'm going to call you later today on this one. This looks positive.
Do we do I need to kick over an underwrite, or you got it, Rob?
This one's easy.
Okay. All right, would you guys?
I might still get you involved because your underwrites look better than mine, but yeah, we'll talk about this one later. This one's easy.
Sweet, guys. That's what we're talking about. You can see that things move, and we move fast. All right. So who else out there? We don't care if you have a question about how you're trying to position your business. We see enough in the real estate investing and lending world. Guys, it's time that you had a team behind you giving you the real answers. So does anybody have any questions on foreclosure bailout loans or what they're trying to do? Or even a scenario that like, hey, what about this? Could I get a loan for this? Could I do it this way? This is the time. Who wants to be the brave one that actually scales their business?
First time jitters, everyone.
I know. Natalie, you remember when I had this call, even last year, it was called something else. And as soon as the one person asked the question, then it was a hard time getting everybody off the call. So,
okay, so I'll give something. So I just sent Robin Dill yesterday. It was really cool. It came to us and it busted out for financing reasons. So we're looking for a buyer for this 1.5 mil property. It's got 95 lots. We have 2 builder letters, one from DR Horton and the other one I can't mention, but saying that they'll buy some of the lots. It's going to cost about $2 million for development. And we're looking for a buyer. We want to close in 30 days. It was evaluated at 2.4 million. So he's dropped the price substantially because he wants to sell it within 30 days. So I just sent it all to Rob Lewis. Whoever takes that is going to make a little golden goose egg. And I'll be happy to close whatever builder decides to go in there, I'd be happy to close all those lots. So,
Oh yeah, this is our title company, by the
Natalie,
way.
yeah, Natalie, tell them who you are. Is
Yeah,
there
tell them who you are,
something
Natalie.
oh, okay. So my name's Natalie Henschelwood, and I own Prime Title Agency. We're a small boutique title company here in Houston, Texas, and we do a lot of stuff. I've known Alex for, I don't know, 20 years, and Rob, I do business with Rob all the time. So if you guys ever have any, questions about title, we'd be happy to help you. All these guys know the answers to most of those questions anyway. But we deal with investing, wholesale, flipping, you name it. And when we need to find buyers, we always go to these two to help us find buyers so we can get these deals closed. And title's clean on this one, Rob. It's ready to go. Like, we could close tomorrow if you got a cash buyer.
Like clean titles.
It's all clean and ready to go. So, yeah.
awesome. Another ask I will do with everybody on the call. I want you guys to go check out the social sites. Mine are going to be my brand, Alex Buriak Official. Go to Full Spec Lending. I want you to leave a like, a comment, and a share on what you guys found today. If you guys found it interesting, you guys like it, you guys think I'm too short for the business, whatever you want to say, I want you to make sure that you go in there and kind of support this so we can grow this community and really make sure that people are getting the right information at the right time with the right team and making sure they actually get what they need to be successful. So I'll keep those questions open a little bit more. Did anybody else have another question about their business, about what they're trying to do in investment real estate, lending, questions about the market, where things are going, anything like that?
Well, I'll go again.
Right.
So I noticed something that's very unique is that a lot of investors are starting to list their properties on MLS, which I don't know if that's because, there's 5.5 months of inventory. So they want to add their deal in I haven't seen it before because usually a lot of stuff's off market, but I've noticed a lot of investors are starting to buy on MLS.
No, I've started seeing the same thing. Everybody keeps saying the same thing, and it's partially true, partially not true. And this is what it is. They're like, there's no deals out there. Guys, there are deals. Is the cost per lead and cost per conversion the same as it was a year ago, 2 years ago? Absolutely not. But there are deals on MLS, and exactly what Natalie said, knowing that these people are putting their investment properties on MLS allows you to be able to negotiate better. So I'm always a big proponent of knowing people, knowing strategies, and knowing psychologies on how to get your number in, and not being able to just, people don't do business and people don't close loans, even though you may think this. As soon as you guys realize that nobody creates a deal because the number is right, they create a deal because the situation presents itself as correct. I just negotiated a purchase of a business, and I got them down substantially from what they were asking. We signed the LOI, we're buying the business in a few weeks. And I never met him, but I had to do everything on emails because of he was out of the country. And I formed a relationship with him via email and got him to come down $50,000 off his business that he has really, really appreciated. So I had to make sure he knew he was appreciated first. So guys, there are deals out there, but if you're not working on people and working on the relationship, you're going to have a harder time buying these in this type of market, and really any market. Okay.
Yeah,
Natalie, thanks for adding that in.
And with
So,
that,
Ron,
yeah, I was gonna say with that too, we're also seeing, and we have a couple lines that are now allowing it, where buyers are going and negotiating a seller's second, where the seller will hold a second lien, which is equity, to allow the buyer to bring less money to the table, and we're seeing those opportunities arise. So we have a couple of those in play right now. So it's another way to negotiate. If you're limited on cash, you got to have some money in the game, of course. But if you have, if you have some money in the deal, negotiating a seller second, and we can walk you through that. We're seeing that as an opportunity to capture properties. So the market's still out there. We're busy with deals. There's all kinds of deals. It's just how to negotiate them and how to get them to where they work for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of times when I'm seeing you guys, not you guys are too cool, but other people that aren't on the call, what they do is they try to negotiate the deal, then find the money. What I'm trying to tell you is your capital stack is part of your negotiation arm, just like Rob said. Knowing what capital and how your debt's coming in, how you can strategize that in your negotiation process, not only allows you to be confident in your numbers, but actually work backwards and know what your profit margin is on your debt. So you know what numbers to actually pitch. So you know what to buy to make you money. So even if you guys are out there and you're like, oh, well, I think I can get money, get your money first. Understand what you can utilize first. And that's exactly why we do these calls. Because I know you guys don't want to call a bunch of different lenders and try to figure out what their lines are and what you can do and all this stuff. Rob and I do a weekly call on products so you guys know what's out there so you can strategize your next move. Because in this business and in any business, it's not who goes with the market, it's who can pivot the fastest and who can make the quickest move with the right team behind them so they can make the most profit in the least amount of time. Okay? Well, does anybody else have any kind of questions or anything to add for this call?
Does anybody want to say hi?
Yeah. Do not make me do the whole introduce yourself. I do not want to turn this call into it, but I will. I absolutely will.
Hello.
You guys need...
Great content. A lot of great information. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, if there is not going to be any other... Hey, it's Maria.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I haven't seen you in forever. How you doing?
So I'm Maria Hoy. I am based in Sweden, but I work globally. And I work with investors and deals a lot. And my background is I'm a lawyer and financial advisor. So
Cool.
If you have any overseas questions, you can always reach out to me. Yeah.
Absolutely. I know Maria personally. Wealth of knowledge. If you want to get anything done, really anywhere, Maria is actually a really, really seasoned person there. And that's, again, guys, if Maria didn't pop on like that, you wouldn't even know she existed. And I don't know what Maria can't do. All right. So anybody else want to introduce themselves to the group? Make sure they're known by the other investment community. If not, good luck on your own out there on social media and stuff like that. It's rough out there. Well, Rob, before we do a closing on this, because if there's not, there's a lot of bashful people on the call and the questions. Do you have anything else to add on foreclosure loans or any kind of sign-offs before we talk about what we're going to do next week?
No, just say if you have an opportunity, give us a shout and run it through us. One thing that we're very good at is deal structure, and lenders, realtors, brokers, CPAs, they do call us and run the craziest scenarios by us. And as I was in a car with a developer yesterday that we're helping, but I told him for some reason we just seem to get the hard deals, but we like them because we're good at them and we know how to structure. So if you have something that you think is weird or difficult, call us. We'll probably figure it out. And if not, we'll be honest with you and say this is impossible. Wish it the best of luck. But yeah, I mean we're here as a part of the network. We want to be a value add. We're not competition. We it's a small real estate world, so we want to help you. And we're here for your questions.
Absolutely. So next week, we are going to go over long-term products. 30-year, commercial, residential, everything you can do long-term with investment money. All right. And the reason why we're doing that, there's a lot of people that say a lot of things. Those things aren't true. So like that DSCR is the same thing as non-QM. Incorrect. That you can't get good financing numbers for commercial. Also incorrect. So if you have any aspirations of holding properties, whether they be single family, multifamily, other aspects of commercial, or anything in investment real estate, you need to jump on next week's call because we're going to go over long-term financing with investment real estate. All right. So just like Rob said, you go to fullspectrumlending.com, go to ironrockconsulting.com. You can call and text me at 832-584-0986. Go to any of my social media pages or websites. You can do everything online and we can get you some personal time together to get over your specific needs. Rob, how do they reach you again?
832-610-4479. Feel free to call or text. Our website is in development, but it comes and goes, but fullspeclending.com.
Awesome, guys. I really appreciate you guys going and coming on today. I hope you learned something. I hope you're going to utilize what you learned today out in the market. Come every Thursday at 10 a.m. Central, and we'll get you guys going. And a reminder, do this for me. Please do is visit all of our social sites. Give us a like, give us a comment, give us a share, and follow us. And I promise you, we'll always there be behind you. Help us grow this network. Help us grow knowledge base and help us grow people getting the right information at the right time to grow their business. Guys, thanks again.